Hi. We are going to see Microsoft Azure and DevOps 100 real-time interview questions. These questions are collected from 2-3 interview sessions given by me for different company. This is for the experienced person who's having 2 or 3 of year of experience. So let's see one by one. Yeah, this is the first question asked by me. So, what are the Azure services you are familiar with, and what are those? So, this is the first question. Second is solve VM RDP issue. Third is what is NSG? Network Security Group. What is Network Security Group? Fourth is what is the approach to solve web application error? Fifth, what is ARM templates, variables, and parameter? Six, have you done any automation? Seven, what is kudo service? Eight, what are the issues faced so far? Nine, what was the approach of migration or journey of migration? This was looking for the profile for migration engineer. Application was running on VM on premises. It is on VM or server. Means it asking for your application running on server or virtual machine only. Or migrated VM on Azure. How VM is migrated on Azure? So basically on premise to Azure VM migration. 12. Which migration tool do you use for migration of virtual machine? So which tool did you use? 13. You have to migrate 100 virtual machines from IaaS to Azure. How to migrate? Next, tell me the difference between network security group NSG and application security group ASG. Next, key difference between NSG and application security group. 17. What is site-to-site VPN? Next, how do you specify dependency between two resources using ARM? Next, have you worked on site recovery? Next, have you worked on Azure storage? Next, suppose you want to ensure for storage account for your archive data cannot be deleted for 5 years, even your administrator not. This is from the storage account related question. Next, life cycle of CI/CD. It is the DevOps based question. So, life cycle of CI/CD. Next, features of DevOps. So basically related to DevOps question. Next, components of DevOps. Next, have you worked on landing zones? Next, work on security center, Microsoft Defender, or have you work on load balancer? So this was the cumulative questions. Basically, three questions are covered in this question. Single question. Okay. Next, can we implement public IP on internal load balancer? Next, what is network peering? So network peering means what? Next, what is network security group rules? 13, what is the port number for RDP, TCP, HTTP, HTTPS, MS SQL? Next, have you ever deployed web application on which service or for which services you deploy a web application? Next, what are the storage? So storage means what? Next, what is LRS, ZRS, and GRS? So LRS, local redundant storage, ZRS, zone redundant storage, and GRS is geo redundant storage. Question 35, what is application of storage means? What is replication of storage means? Next, tell me architecture of three-tier applications. What is your approach? So here they want to see your if you are telling them that you have 3 years of experience, then this question for you. Next is which are the models of Microsoft Azure? Next, what is Microsoft? How to list a directory of files using PowerShell? Next, what is Git? Git, Git. What is git revert and git reset command? Next, what is git rebase command used for? Next, what is git commit? Next, what is git pull and git fetch commands? Next, what is git merge command? Next, what is git push and git pull command? So basically they ask the difference between pull and push. 47, what is the git branching? So they want to know the branching strategy. So git branch. 48, which is the default branch in git? Next, what is the git clone command? 15, 50, difference between .ldf and .mdf file. 51, I have to create 50 virtual machines with specific software. Like I want MS Office 365, IIS server patches installed, and other software installed in my virtual machine. So what would be the approach? What would be the approach? So it is real time based. If you have already worked on or you have 3 years of experience, then you can solve it or you can give the answer. Next question 52. The first image of virtual machine was created in India. Use it in UK now. Now how to use it? Okay. So next question 53. Difference between availability zone. Can we move on virtual machine from one subscription to another? Next, can we move virtual machine from one account to another? Next, is it possible to configure VNet from app services? Next, which are the plans? Service plans. 58, which are the database available in Azure? 59, how many NIC cards in one virtual machine? 60. DevOps real-time issue faced by you. So basically, they are asking for which type of issues you have faced in DevOps. Next, what is the need of DevOps? 62. Have you defined any project from beginning? So that means you have involved in the any project from beginning to end. Beginning. 63. What is scaling? Which scaling do you want do you use in your project? Which scaling? Next, how do you solve high memory issue? Next, error 502 and 503 means disable. Types of virtual machine. Next, what is types of operating in this? Next, what is the default path of Apache Tomcat server? Next, what is a SaaS tokens means? Next, what is PaaS platform as a service means? 71. How to communicate between two virtual VNet? How to communicate between two VNet? Next, what is a subnet? Next, what is command for search pattern in Linux? Linux based question. 74. Tell me any 5 commands of PowerShell. Next, 75. What are the DevOps services? 76. What is a git ignore command? 77. How to configure custom DNS domain name server? 78. What is the contribution of Azure Cloud? 79. What is your day-to-day activities? 80. Under one VNet, I have 3 subnets, one for web application, one for database. How they will communicate with each other means how virtual machine will communicate to each other. Next, 81. If you assign a CI/CD range 10.100.0.0/16, then by default, how many IPs will I get? So basically IP related networking based question. How many IP will you get? This range is available. Next, for production, client will require 255 virtual machine in the same IP range. Then how will you do that? So I range you will define basically that question. Next 83, if I have two virtual network VNet, one is for one is sub sub 1 and another is sub 2, then how will the communicate with each other? So basically two virtual two VNet, how they will communicate each other. 84, if you are working on XYZ company, your virtual machine should be associated within the organization. How would be the inbound rules? So basically asking for the inbound rules and attributes. Next, I have 100, I have rule 100 which RDP deny. I have rule 200 which RDP allow. Will I able to access RDP or not? Next, 86. How can create private subnet? 87. Differentiate between PowerShell and CLI. 88. What is the Azure automation? 89. How will deploy multiple virtual machines using ARM template? 90. By mistakenly, you run the same script second time for deploying the Windows Server 2016 and other software, then which error will you get? Basically means you already deploy the virtual machine and second time uh, you run the script. So which error will you get? This was the question. Next, 91. DevOps is which kind of services? Is it PaaS or SaaS or IaaS? IaaS. Which kind of service? Next, 92. So why we call PaaS service to web app service? Next, 93. How will you deploy the application in what is the Git workflow? 90. What is the Git workflow? Next, how DevOps integrated with the GitHub repository? How DevOps integrated with the GitHub repository? Okay. 96. What are the issues had you faced while deploying the CI/CD pipeline? What are the issues had you faced while deploying the CI/CD pipeline? DevOps related question. 96. Okay. Next, 97. Difference between variable and variable group. 98. During CI/CD process, how will you deploy specific application on specific web apps? If you have 10 web apps, okay, CI/CD based, DevOps based question. So Basically, you have 10 web apps, and how you can target the specific app for your specific goal. Next 99, if your deployment is failed, then how will you roll back your process? Okay. And last question, 100, how will you take a backup for your database? So these are the 100 real-time interview question for Azure Administrator and Microsoft DevOps. Okay. Now, hope these questions are very helpful to you and for your upcoming interview. So I will share other interview questions also in upcoming videos. Okay. And I will try to explain the question in the next video. So until then, all the best for your upcoming interview. Okay. And also share with your friends. Thank you.